Love that intro. Thank you, Philip Reed. And I want to welcome everyone to the Phoenix National Network. Don't forget to download the app and have it on your phone so you can catch these shows live and interact with everyone that's part of the Phoenix National Network. As we like to say, when you win, we win. So we connect you with experts in all sorts of different fields. So today, my topic for this month, we're going to go with a Halloween topic, which is the horrors of, and earlier we did the horrors of identity theft, and today we're going to do the horrors of not getting the right legal representation. So let me share my screen, get this presentation going. It's going to be a short presentation, not too much time, just enough for you to understand what we're doing and the importance of having really good legal representation. So we're going to go with, hopefully this will actually work, and switch slides. Here we go. So on the Supreme Court building, equal justice under law, that is written in there. Somebody banged that into the marble, and that's what it says. But really, who believes that we have equal justice under law? We have a system where you get about as much justice as you can afford, and that's what it separates a lot of us from getting equal justice under law. When people think about that, they think, of the extremes, which is Archie Williams. He was incarcerated for 38 years, an innocent man put away for 38 years for something he didn't do because he did not get good legal representation. He was, when a lawyer, you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be presented to you. But the caseload that they have did not let them fully protect this man and prove his innocence. So that is what we think of when we think of the horrors of the justice system. And again, every once in a while, we have a rogue cop that feels threatened by a cell phone or whatever it is, and they become, judge and jury. So that is what people think when they say, the injustice of the justice system, or the inequality of the justice system. But let's talk about something that we can relate to on an everyday basis. So my question to you is, have you ever thought about writing or rewriting a will? Said to somebody because you weren't happy with their service, let me speak to your supervisor. A repairman won't stand up for his work. Family member received a traffic ticket, victim of data breach, real estate transaction, healthcare claim you thought were covered. Things like a child who's been bullied online. These things that we're looking at here are everyday occurrences that have legal ramifications, that have legal resources, that have legal recourse. But if we can't afford it, what good is it? Something as simple as getting your will done. And I did a whole show on wills, which is the last love letter to your family. We did an entire show on that. And we'll recap real quick. 44% of Americans have a will. And what happens if you die without a will? Where does your stuff go, as the slide says? I posted a poll on how many people had not only did they had wills, but do they have updated wills? And I got responses like the nightmare of dealing with a grief and court battle at the same time because there wasn't a will done. And I responded with an insurance agent of my friend of mine had to hand out $1 million check to an ex-wife because the husband never bothered to update the will. So these things are important to have. They're important that they're updated on a regular basis. We allow you to update your will once a year without an extra charge. So why don't people get their wills done? Why don't people access the legal services that they need to run their lives every day? Simple. The legal profession has always been expensive, unresponsive, and unaccountable. If you need a lawyer, where do you go? Who do you talk to? Who do you call? What do you use? Google, Bing, and Yahoo as your legal service and look up what you can do. A lot of people do that also, and they will go to the internet and look up legal services online. And if you look up legal services online and reviews, you'll find things like this, which says sitejabber.com wrote one, legal documents you buy online may not hold up in court. Are they being done by a lawyer or by a law firm? or are they being done by a legal service that they don't have the ability to do a real legal letter? Online customer service can be poor. Who are you dealing with? Are you dealing with a call center, or are you dealing with a real law firm? 1-star review for one of the companies, LegalZoom. I mean, we have a Rocket Lawyer, LegalZoom, Legal Depot, Law Depot. All of these are available online, but how good are they? You know, you're taking your chances. This person did their will with this company and found out they owe $9,700 in inheritance tax because the will wasn't done correctly. So these are the things that people are struggling with every day. This is the injustice of the justice system when you can't afford good legal representation. So here comes Legal Shield. It's not something new. It's been around since 1972. And not only do they cover 4.4 million lives in the US and all of Canada, but this is what makes it different. A dedicated network of quality law firms, not a lawyer, not legal system. Lawyers are like doctors, they specialize. If you have a family member that's a lawyer, ask them, what do they specialize in? And if they do business legal services, would you want them to handle your divorce? Would you want them to handle a traffic ticket? Are they capable of doing that? You don't know. So again, asking family members, sometimes you don't really want all the details of what's going on to go to your family members. So the Legal Shield has been around since 1972 to fix that for us. Again, this is what makes it absolutely incredible value. What I circle in red is a satisfaction survey whenever you have any interaction with the law firm. And again, we deal with law firms that are specific to your state. Whenever you deal with that law firm, no matter if it's a huge case or a trivial case, they want to know how the law firm is doing, because Legal Shield, the company, is in Oklahoma, and they're the ones that have the proprietary nationwide network of providers. They oversee that system. So they want to make sure that everyone's getting the best value for their money. So that satisfaction guarantee puts us ahead of everyone else, because if you're not happy with your lawyer down the street, who do you complain to? Do you have any recourse that you weren't happy with it? We have that resource with the parent company. So a while ago, to be exact, January 9th, 2007, Steve Jobs says, we're going to make history together today. All right, think about that. That's 14 years ago. That's 15 years ago, no one had a smartphone. No one had a cell phone. Everybody had their little flip phone and their other devices. But here comes Steve, and he says, I have something that is absolutely going to revolutionize the world. And in 14 years, everyone has a smartphone. Some people have two. Some people have burners. We don't talk about that. That's a totally different subject. But yes, everyone has a smartphone. And what does that smartphone let us do? That lets us access the internet, lets us access things that we couldn't do on a regular old dumb phone. So one of the things we could, and the slide is out of place. Getting back to the will, call me, text me, 646-578-7097. I will send you a will questionnaire. Fill it out. Know exactly what it is that you need to do if you need to fill out a will. So back to the slide that should have been here. Disruptive innovation. That is what makes the smartphone number one in changing the world. Disruptive innovation allows people to access things faster at a better price without going through all the old ways of doing things. So that simpler, easier, more affordable market disruptor is what we are doing with the legal service, because Amazon, Spotify are a couple of examples. Again, Netflix is an example of that disruptive innovation. Blockbuster's out of business because of this innovation. So disruptive innovation makes the legal system now affordable, accountable, and responsible. That technology, that subscription-based power of that group dynamic that lets us pick up the phone and have a law firm say, how can I serve you, not how can I bill you? And that's the most important. So if you have access to your phone, you have access to your firm. And that is fantastic. So access to the phone, access to the firm, advice, guidance, consultation. There's a couple of things we do. The preventative part, get legal advice. If starting tomorrow, every decision you made was the right decision because you were able to access a law firm that gives you the correct, whatever this happens, what if that happens, you have the choice. Don't Google it, ask a law firm. They know what you should be doing. So personal advice, letters, calls made on your behalf. Absolutely fantastic. Let me 1 second. Oh, live TV. Here we go. Didn't know that. I was working on battery power. Letters, calls made on your behalf, contracts, documents, reviews, up to 15 pages, things that people that are wealthy take for granted because they can do that. They have access to their law firm whenever they want. Most people don't, and that's what we're trying to change. We're trying to level the playing field for Joe Lunchbucket to say, hey, I got $250. I can keep the lights on, or I can call my lawyer for an hour. That's the choice people had to make. Let's say we're doing still wills and estate planning. That all of this is covered. The one thing that we need right now more than anything is that living will and the financial power of attorney in case you get hospitalized a month or two. Who's going to make those decisions for you? Have that power of attorney already set up. It is absolutely crucial nowadays to have that ready. Consumer finance. How many times have you thought, I'm being treated unfairly? This should not be happening to me. You know, why am I getting treated this way? This is what I did. I had a trouble with my car, and some people know that, 2 years later, I went there, got the car fixed. They charged me $497 to get the car fixed. I thought it was unfair. Talked to my law firm. They sent what I call a motivational letter to the dealership, and all of a sudden I get a call, Mr. Capel, we're sorry for the misunderstanding. That power that you have, that it's not you against the machine, it is you and your law firm against the big corporation, and that kind of changes the dynamic. So real estate, you're about to buy a house, you're about to sell a house. I've used that before I became an associate. I was a member for years. We used this service to buy the house that we have, to sell a house that we inherited in a trust. I never had to fly down to Florida. That's where the house was. I didn't want to spend 3 days in Florida to sell a house that we didn't own anyway. So the ability to call my law firm, say, hey, I have a house in Florida I need to sell. I don't want to be there for the closing. Have them send a local lawyer to do the paperwork, send it to me via email. I can print it out, have it all notarized, stick it in a FedEx, send it back, done. That is power. Here's another problem that we have that we think is a slight hindrance to our ability to stay calm and happy. Seeing this in your rear view window is never a good thing. So what happens when you get a traffic ticket? You get a moving violation, your insurance goes up. You're spending hundreds of dollars of court money to fight this if you go to court to fight it. What if it's a traffic ticket in another state? Do you have to fly back to go to court? What do? Do you hire a local lawyer? Thousands of dollars for a traffic ticket, and what it's going to cost us later on with insurance going up. What makes us different? Again, we have that app. The app has the ability to snap a picture of that traffic ticket, send it to the law firm for review. If you have to go to court, you can have a lawyer go in court for you for a nominal fee. I think it's like $49. But again, you have to have this already on your phone. You can't get a traffic ticket today, sign up, get protected, and say, hey, take care of my traffic ticket. Once you hit a tree, you can't buy collision insurance. So again, this is a type of insurance that people should have on their phone. Between the legal and identity theft insurance is absolutely crucial this time. Again, legal problems do not stop at 5 o'clock on Fridays. Legal problems could happen at 2 o'clock in the morning. It can happen on a holiday. It can happen on a weekend. How do you access your law firm, your lawyer on a weekend, on a holiday at 12:01 during New Year's? We have that ability. We have that legal emergency legal access button that puts us in touch with our law firm. What if you get stopped and you think you're stopped in a car and you're being profiled? It's not something that you should be stopped for. Best thing to do, get on the phone, speak to your lawyer, put it on speakerphone, have the lawyer speak to the officer. Takes you out of the picture, makes it easier on you. Everybody's happier, I believe. What if you're a small business owner? We do not leave you out if you're a small business owner. We have Legal Shield plans for small business, whether you're a solopreneur or you're running 100, 200, 300 person enterprise. You're going to need legal service. You're going to need legal help. You need documents reviewed. If you have an employee handbook, if you don't have that, if you need copywriting, if you need to form an LLC, all of these things are business related. We've got you covered there also. So if you're a small business, I put up this QR code. That's a short video on our small business legal services. That's for you guys. Also, if you own a small business, protecting your bottom line with Legal Shield, you have employees. Those employees have to be at work. They have to be concentrating on what they're doing. And if they have a legal issue or they have the identity theft issue, that takes away mentally from what they're doing. It also takes away physically, because some, right here, 2/3 of employees take at least one day off from their job to handle a legal issue. And again, it could be disputing a will. It could be whatever it is that they need to do to handle something legally. Maybe they have to go to traffic court. Things that Legal Shield app on your phone can handle. So in this chart, they said 76% of employees were hesitant to call a lawyer. Of course, if you're making $300 a week and it's $250 an hour, you'd be pretty hesitant to call your law firm also. So again, bringing that down to an affordable way of accessing law is what we do. So also what you see here is the top 5 areas of law that people use lawyers for, which is estate planning, consumer and finance, traffic, family law, and real estate. So those are the ones we went over today. Those are the main issues that we can handle with Legal Shield under the Legal Shield business plan. And also, if there's anything outside of that that takes a lawyer showing up to court, civil suit or something like that, it is either covered under a fixed monthly, under a fixed monthly, or it is covered at a 25% discount from the lawyer's fees. So what you need to do is first get yourself protected and empowered with the app, get it all set up. We can help you get, the first thing we'll do is we'll get your will done. Or if you already have a will, we'll get that done, will redone, and able to update every single year without a charge. Legal service plans offer solutions. 9 out of 10 responded that people said if they knew they have an affordable way to seek legal advice, they would do it. And 90% of Americans say they don't have any form of legal insurance or legal protection. So the market is wide open to help. And again, we are putting on thousands of people a month onto the service, and it's been growing since the pandemic. It's been growing exponentially. People are realizing they need legal services. You know, in my neighborhood, we went through Hurricane Ida, had floods, 14 feet of water in some areas, and homeowners are looking for money from their insurance company, and they're looking for legal recourse if that money doesn't come in the way it was supposed to come in. So what's your next step? You have a couple of choices. Go on with what you're doing. If you need something in the legal services, contact a lawyer, spend the money for it, and do it that way. Or you can sign up, become a member of Legal Shield, get protected, get the family protected. Again, this is a family plan. It'll cover everyone in the family up, I believe, up to age 26 if they're in college, but I know it's up to 18 without a problem. That's 10 kids in the family. Which would you choose? That was that question again. $250 an hour or about $1 a day to get your family protected. So this is the QR code for the family plan. You can get that QR code and see a little video on what Legal Shield and ID Shield does, and get the family protected, peace of mind, let you sleep well at night. If you can't afford $1 a day to protect a family, we got good news. We've got you covered there too. Member perks. As a member of Legal Shield or ID Shield, whether it's your family or business plan, member perks lets you save money on things you buy every day anyway. I did not put the slide up, but I've had it up before, where my Verizon bill is lowered by $32 a month because I'm using member perks. So it costs me $29 a month to protect a family. I get $32 back every month. I'm making money to protect a family just by using one member perk option. What we do here on my line of sponsorship in Legal Shield is we donate with every single new member portion of what we make to Operation Underground Railroad. Operation Underground Railroads exists to stop child sex trafficking. I won't put up some of the slides that I have that I've seen. It's just too graphic and I will not put it up, but this is happening every day and it is getting worse. So it's not going to be helped by the government. It's not going to be helped by corporations. This is grassroots. This is what we do as human beings to protect our own. So I'm leaving you today with a gift, peace of mind and peace in your heart, ways to protect your family through Legal Shield. And again, if you help us help Operation Underground Railroad, we're going to help those kids. How can I help you? Here's my name, number, my email, my website, oscarcapel.com to get more information. Feel free to call me, text me, or shoot me a text. Say, hey, send me that will questionnaire. I want to know what it looks like. It's a easy 6-page questionnaire to fill out that gives you the basics on how to get your will prepared by the law firm, and then we'll take it from there. I thank you for your time, and we shall see you soon again. Bye-bye now.